in my opinion, have a beautiful family, a wife and two beautiful boys. They are all gorgeous in part because they all have these shining, beautiful blue eyes. And I'm the only one stuck here with these dull hazel eyes inset. They're just not much. I mean, they work, and they're not even working all that well now. But you can understand some people just would love to be able to change their eye color. And sure enough, on social media, there are now drops that purport to do just that, but do they work and are they safe? Joining me right now, I'm happy to have optometrist Dr. James Delarusso from Delarusso Laser Vision, a practice all in the tri-state area, including in Westport. They do LASIK surgery. They do a lot of other services too. We've been talking about that. Doctor, a pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you, Tim. And thanks for having me here.
Yes, glad to have you here. This is something I had not heard anything about. They're called fancy drops. That's what's being, again, claimed on social media as something, an eye drop that you can just take to change your color. Before we get into those, can you just give us a quick primer on how it might even be possible to change your color, or why people have different eye colors to begin with?
Absolutely. So what really dictates the color of the eye is the amount of melanin that's concentrated on the iris. And so people with lighter eyes typically have less melanin. They have those nice blue piercing eyes.
Yeah.
And people that are a little bit more darker complexion have more melanin on the iris, and that's what gives them those dark brown eyes. And so, you know, TikTok has many trends, and this is one of those trends that unfortunately is not a good one. And it certainly is something that, you know, a lot of people that are on the younger demographic. I have a 17-year-old daughter myself.
Right.
And we have all mysterious packages of, you know, of appearing at our door, purporting to have cosmetic benefits. But fancy drops is supposed to work essentially with granula derma extract, and it's supposed to decrease melanin production. And there has been some support that it can do that on skin, but there's, you know, to date, there's really no supportive evidence that it can effectively, A, get into the eye, B, safely lower the amount of melanin on the iris to give your eye a lighter appearance.
Yeah.
And there's definitely question marks about safety as well. So really cautioning people to avoid, you know, purchasing this product.
And just to close that circle there, melanin is also what dictates, sort of, not dictates, but can change the color of your skin. So people with darker colored skin have more melanin, and that's the same sort of process that goes on in the eye. In general, I imagine you need to be extremely cautious about putting anything in your eye. What can go wrong if you wind up putting something that hasn't been prepared properly or stored properly?
Well, again, these drops are not regulated by the FDA. So when you purchase something over the counter without a prescription, you assume that it's safe. But in reality, even as early as last year, there were 27 products that were recalled, pulled off the market for safety reasons.
Yeah.
And some of the problems with these drops were serious. You know, they were produced overseas, mainly artificial tears, and they were distributed in, you know, Walmart or CVS as sort of store-bought generic brands.
Yeah.
And they were produced, and they failed to keep sterility in the drops. And there are people that have very severe infections. There's a bacteria called Pseudomonas that can very rapidly cause a decline and serious infection on the ocular surface, ulcers, blindness, or even septicemia, which is a blood infection, and even some fatalities. So these are things that, you know, we're taking very serious to make sure that people are educated about.
So there you go. In other words, if you're thinking about trying these fancy drops, probably not a good idea. As always, if you want to change your eye color, you can just get colored contact lenses, right?
They've been around for a while, and they do have a dramatic effect. So you can always see your eye care provider and look into color contacts. Absolutely.
There you go. Dr. Delarusso, a pleasure to meet you, sir.
Same here.
Thank you for driving. He drove up from Jersey to be able to give you that good news this early in the day. It's been a long day for him. And Erica, we certainly appreciate it.
Oh, yeah. Wow. I did not realize that.
Yeah.
Doctor, thanks so much. And of course, Tim as well. Yeah.